This morning I woke up and thought I'm going to treat my kids and myself to some delicious pancakes. You might hear some toddlers warbling in the background, but the results will be delicious. Hey, you're watching Preppy Kitchen, where I, John Cannell, teach you how to make delicious homemade dishes to share with your family and friends. Today we're making the fluffiest, most delicious buttermilk pancakes you've ever had in your life. These are super easy, whip up in just a couple of minutes, and there is no reason not to treat yourself in the morning. Let's get started. First off, we're adding 1 1/3 cups or 160 grams of all-purpose flour into a large bowl, the sifter, hovering around. We're adding 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and a tablespoon of baking powder. Sift it out. It's like we're making a little baby cake in a pan. Whisk it up. Scale is done. This can get set aside. And now for the wet ingredients. I have 1 cup of buttermilk in my measuring cup, and if you don't have buttermilk on hand, click up here for the blog post because I have all the tips and tricks on substitutions. We're adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and here's the deal. These will be amazing with room temperature ingredients, but chances are you're just waking up in the morning, things are cold, so we can pop this into the microwave for about 45 seconds to warm up, and then we can mix in our egg, etc. So let's warm you up. Kids are up, which means I have to get rolling. Okay, 1 egg into my buttermilk, which is nice and warm now. I warm my milk for almost every recipe I make. It makes a huge difference. Whisk it up. Now, after that egg's incorporated, 4 tablespoons of melted butter. When you microwave that butter, make sure you're using like 50% power in short bursts. You don't want a butter explosion on your hands first thing in the morning. There is some water in that butter and it'll steam up and go poof. Not a good scene. Stir it in. Before I even mix this in, I'm gonna turn my cooktop on, just have it on low to start heating up. Okay, now pour the wet into the dry and mix until just combined. If you overmix, you're gonna get like kind of a more bready, dense consistency, and if you activate that gluten, they can kind of like shrink back up. We want fluffy, delicious pancakes. All mixed in, no pockets of flour, and we're ready to get rolling. Let's get onto this cooktop. Just like with anything in life, a little butter goes a long way for helping things out. So you can butter your pan. This is actually a really nice nonstick pan. I searched high and low and eventually found one. But even still, it's best to have a little bit of lubricant on there. You can use some spray if you want to. As soon as your butter's melted, you can add in about 1/3 of a cup. I'm making some smaller ones for the kids and then some big ones for the adults. If you made pancakes before, you know that the first one is not the prettiest, but it's still gonna be tasty. I'm still figuring out this cooktop, so bear with me. Normally you can tell a pancake is done because bubbles start forming on the top, but this mixture is so bubbly because of the buttermilk and the leavening agent that you're not gonna get that indication. There you go. Not bad. Look at that fluffiness. Fluff. Always lift up the corner to take a look. And you can see, it's pretty good. This is what happens with less butter. That's more butter. If you're someone who likes to toss things in the pan like a big shot, don't do it for this recipe. They're so big and fluffy that they'll slide and you're gonna like flatten them out. So carefully flip them over. Don't get too much inertia involved there. Back to a nice warm position. You don't want to burn your pancakes. Right, a little drop of butter. Any cook will tell you the secret to a delicious meal is a drop of butter. And if my mom is telling you that, she's literally dropped a big thing of butter in there. All right, 1 more. You don't want to walk away from these just like oatmeal. No, wait, just like whipped cream. Nothing happens, it's overdone. So just be careful, don't let it get too far. That's almost there. You're almost there. Don't know if you can hear, but the kids are actually starting their breakfast. This will be like the dessert part of breakfast. They're having oatmeal now. The secret is to give kids a little bit of something good and a little bit of something indulgent. Don't give the indulgent part first. Made that mistake. Okay, perfect. Look at that fluffy pancake mixture. That is the secret to a fluffy pancake. Getting the right amount of acid reacting with the leavening agent, and fluffiness ensues. Also not over mixing it, very important. Time to start making some big pancakes for the adults. So we can go up to like half a cup of batter, basically. If you're making a bigger pancake, lower the heat just a little bit. You don't want to like burn the outside and have the inside be a bit undercooked. You could also give it a little bit of a shake and shimmy to spread it out if you need to. You know I love a good cup of coffee, but a fluffy pancake with real maple syrup and a little pat of butter on top is my morning pick-me-up. Whenever I like having a bad morning, which happens, so I just make some pancakes and everything starts off right. If there are any other recipes you want to see for breakfast stuff, let me know. Waffles maybe? I am so excited for waffles. Do you see how fluffy that is? That is a fluffy pancake. Hello. I can't decide which I like better, the smell of coffee or maple syrup in the morning. Do I have to choose? Give it a nice pour. That's nice. These pancakes are actually perfectly sweet with a good hit of salt, so you don't need to gild the lily, but we're gilding the lily and adding on that maple syrup. Before I take a bite, if you like this recipe, check out my quick and easy playlist. So many recipes, so easy, so quick, and delicious. Okay, look how fluffy that piece is. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm a happy camper. And yes, I will be sharing, I only had a little piece of the top one. The kids won't know the difference. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.